Hello and welcome. In today's hospitality world, it's so competitive, right? It's not enough anymore to just have great service. The real game changer? It's all about making the experience personal, hyper-personal. We're going to dive into how data is making that happen and completely changing the game for the modern guest experience.
It's great to have all of you from the Europe Hotel School with us. I'm your hotel AI expert, and honestly, I'm here to be your guide on this learning journey. You all are the future leaders, and my whole goal here is to give you the tools you need to go out there and not just do well, but to really innovate. So let's get into the nitty-gritty of the tech that's shaping what hospitality is going to look like tomorrow.
All right, so here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with a big missed opportunity I see all the time. Then we'll get into the why, this whole fragmented guest problem. After that, it's all about the solution, unifying that view, seeing it work in the real world, how it changes marketing, and what it means for the business. Let's jump in. Okay, first up, a missed opportunity. Let's talk about the challenge of the standard welcome. I want you to imagine something. A guest walks into your hotel. They've had a super long day of travel, they're exhausted, probably a little hungry, and all they want to do is just get to their room and crash. And the first thing they hear is, "Welcome to our hotel." I mean, it's polite, sure, but memorable? Not a chance. In fact, it can feel pretty cold, right? And here's the thing. That standard welcome is a huge missed opportunity to show you really know your guest. I mean, just think about your daily life. Netflix, it knows exactly what show you're going to binge next. Amazon knows what you need before you do. Spotify's got your perfect playlist queued up. We live in a world of personalization. That expectation doesn't just vanish when someone steps into a hotel lobby. So, a generic welcome isn't just a missed chance. It's basically failing to meet a core expectation of today's guest.
So that brings us to the big question. Why do hotels struggle so much with this? Why does it feel like they can't get to know their guests? Well, it's not for a lack of information. Believe me, hotels have tons of data. The real issue, the core of the fragmented guest problem, is that all that data is scattered. It's like having puzzle pieces in a dozen different boxes, and none of them are in the same room.
For instance, you've got a booking that comes in from an online travel agency, an OTA. You get a name, maybe some payment info, and that's pretty much it. That's one little piece of the puzzle.
Then, maybe after they leave, they hop on TripAdvisor and write a review. Great stuff in there, right? What they loved, what they didn't, super valuable. But it's another piece, sitting over in a totally different box. And of course, you have your own internal system, your PMS. It's got their past stay history, maybe their favorite room type, what they spent in the restaurant, all golden information. But again, it's another isolated piece. You see the problem? The OTA booking, the TripAdvisor review, the PMS record, they're all separate islands of data that aren't talking to each other.
So how in the world do we fix this? How do we bring all those scattered puzzle pieces together to see the full picture? Well, the answer, as you can probably guess, lies in technology. We're talking about unifying the guest view.
And this, right here, is where the magic really starts to happen. It's something called a single guest view. Think of it like this. It's an AI-powered platform that acts as a central command center for all your guest data. It reaches out, it cleans, merges, and pulls everything together from all those different sources, your PMS, your OTAs, even public reviews, and builds one clear, unified profile for every single guest. But let's be super clear. This isn't just about hoarding data. The whole point, the end game, is what we call hyper-personalization. It's about taking that single guest view and using it to transform your relationship with the guest. You move from just a transaction, a room for a night, to a genuine emotional connection. Okay, that all sounds great in theory, but what does it actually look like on the ground? Let's walk through a real-world example of personalization in action and how it can totally delight a guest. So, with this system in place, your front desk agent isn't just staring at a name and a reservation number. No way. They see a rich profile. They see a vegan yoga enthusiast who happens to be celebrating an anniversary. See the difference? That's not just data, that's insight. It's the key to unlocking a truly personal welcome. And it really boils down to a simple three-step process. Step 1, you gather that intelligence. The system does the heavy lifting. Step 2, your team curates the welcome. Knowing what they know, maybe they put a yoga mat in the room or they have a special vegan treat sent up for the anniversary. And that leads directly to step 3, you create genuine guest delight. It's that wow factor. That's what people remember. And this is a really important point I want to make. This isn't about AI replacing people. Not at all. Think of it this way. The AI doesn't tell you what to say, it gives you the context to make what you say meaningful. It empowers your team. It's tech and human touch working together, which is exactly what hospitality should be.
Okay, so that's the welcome experience, but this goes way beyond the front desk, beyond the welcome mat. Let's talk about how this same idea can completely transform your marketing.
So, on one hand, you have generic marketing. You know, that one-size-fits-all newsletter that goes out to 10,000 guests. And let's be honest, most of it gets ignored. But on the other hand, you have surgical marketing. Imagine sending a very specific spa offer only to guests who have used your spa before and live within a 3-hour drive. Now, which one do you think is going to work better? It's a night and day difference, isn't it?
And the results are huge. For one, you seriously cut down on email fatigue. Your guests aren't getting spammed with stuff they don't care about. And for you, your conversion rates go way, way up. It's a win-win.
All right, so this all feels good, it creates great experiences, but what about the money? What is the true business impact? This is the stuff that matters to hotel leadership.
First off, your return on ad spend, or ROAS, is so much higher. You stop wasting money sending messages to people who will never be interested. Every dollar you spend on marketing works harder for you. Next, you see a big jump in stronger direct bookings. When you build that personal connection, guests are far more likely to come straight to your website instead of an OTA. And as you know, cutting out that middleman and those commissions is a massive win for profitability. And maybe the most important impact of all, you get a massive increase in guest loyalty. When people feel seen, when they feel like you actually know them and care, they don't just become repeat customers. They become advocates. They become your brand ambassadors. And that's the holy grail. So, let's wrap this up. The really crucial point is this. By treating every single guest as a unique individual, you stop just selling rooms. You start building a loyal community around your brand. It's a total shift from being transactional to being relational. So, as you, the future leaders of this industry, get ready to make your mark, I want to leave you with a question. The data is available. The technology is here. The only thing left to ask is, how will you leverage it all to create not just a stay, but a truly memorable experience? Think about that. Thank you.